Warner Media has finally announced when it will make HBO Max available to the public. And because of that, more and more news and content announcements have been coming out. HBO Max will be available May 2020, so it's still a bit of a wait. But the real news is with the content. From the sounds of it, they will rely heavily on DC properties for their original content, and that is a great thing. They reported that they'll produce DC-related TV series and movies for the service, and that they'll even have massive theatrical movie-level budgets attached to them. I can only imagine how they'll decide which movies go to theaters and which ones go to the streaming service, but it sounds like DC fans will get a great amount of content and options going forward. Some of the content we can expect has also been announced. Greg Berlanti, the man behind the popular Arrowverse series of shows, as well as a producer on the DC Universe Titans show, has announced his 2 new series which will go directly to HBO Max. The first being an anthology series called Strange Adventures, which will feature the spacefaring adventurer known as Adam Strange. Think intergalactic Indiana Jones meets Flash Gordon. The next one has me teething at the bit. Green Lantern. Now, anyone that has been following this channel knows Green Lantern, and more specifically Hal Jordan, is my all-time favorite superhero. So I am very excited about this announcement. They haven't revealed which Lantern will be in the series, but at the end of the day, any one of them can make a cameo, so it's still exciting even if it isn't Hal Jordan. The interesting thing is, Bounding Into Comics reported the rumor about 2 months prior to the official announcement, and actually gave more details than have been revealed so far. They suggest it will feature Kyle Rayner, which makes sense because Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are set to appear in the theatrical Green Lantern Corps movie. So Hal fans and anyone hoping to see John Diggle appear as Jon Stewart in his own series might be disappointed, but we could still count on seeing Hal and John in a theatrical movie. It's also good to note that Greg Berlanti and Mark Guggenheim were the original writers of the 2011 Green Lantern film. I know that film has a bad rap and there are many things wrong with it, but to be fair, their earlier draft was significantly better than the final product script. Of course, if you believe we got this covered, which by the way you should never do, then HBO Max is looking for a person of color for the role. But if they can't use Jon Stewart because he is reserved for film, that leaves either Jessica Cruz or Simon Baz. But if they were going to use Jessica, you could bet they would lead the headlines with female-led Green Lantern series. But if many people don't know this, Kyle Rayner is actually half Latino, so that could still validate the idea that it's Kyle Rayner. All this makes it appear that WB may actually have a plan for once. I mean, I don't see how they couldn't, considering they have Jeff Johns and Greg Berlanti working for them. Let's just hope that Berlanti looks more to the Jeff Johns era of Green Lantern stories for any ideas for the show. With all this news about HBO Max, they have yet to explain what this means for the existing DC Universe streaming service. But it is a fair assumption that they plan to eventually dissolve that at some point and migrate everything over to HBO Max. Think about it, it's a conflict of interest if they put one thing on HBO Max but not DC Universe, or if they put something on HBO Max that is also airing on DC Universe. And the best evidence of this is the fact that they announced Doom Patrol Season 2 will be picked up on HBO Max as well as DC Universe. There were also rumors recently that the Jeff Johns-led Stargirl series might go to CW, which I actually believe is incorrect. I have a feeling they did hear that Stargirl might be moving, but it might actually head over to HBO Max instead is what I'm thinking. But time will tell all. Until then, enjoy this wonderful news because you know as well as I do with WB, you never know how long it'll last. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for future content.